This Abel Damina, Mona not play with Amo. Me no say he gets on side when me with not they agree. But 90% of what they talk, they correct guy. That Yakman when they see so now book they inside on intelligent they inside do. Watch wetin he talk so. The video when you want watch so, now the interview, recent interview when he be say he do for Ghana. When they ask him one question like this, that's why you are ashamed. Even the person when they interview almost run though. That's why you first got a business go. I did read. Russia, I want to all Christians and people when they different denomination that it is well. Even in the so long, but after 187 is aware, all is well. And then find out the person when visit always bring them back to back update. Peace.
No, that's not the prosperity gospel. I think you're not getting the context of the prosperity gospel. The prosperity gospel is a transactionary gospel where you must bribe God for God to do anything for you. Where you must tap.
Oh, I get it. The way you say that, those of you who are looking for children,
you've got to give money.
Can you pay?
Exactly. That's the. Oh,
everyone recognizes that as wrong.
That's the prosperity.
But I think everyone recognizes that as wrong.
That's the prosperity.
Oh, I thought you meant the prosperity gospel was telling people that through Christ you can be a better lawyer.
No, the prosperity gospel is a transactionary gospel that presents a transactionary God that will not answer your prayer till you pay some money. That will not do something.
But that one is condemned by all.
No, it's not.
Oh, I've heard.
It's not condemned.
I've heard all the Nigerian pastors.
No,
everybody talk about that.
I'm more in Nigerian than you.
Yeah, but we watch it on video these days. I've seen what you're talking about. I've seen what you're complaining about.
If they have condemned
where assuming Shepherd Bushiri comes to Zimbabwe and says that all those who want to make money of a certain amount,
even in Ghana,
please bring.
Even in Ghana,
we had a personal experience.
I can tell you that there are many churches.
No, we have
an
experience. Let me.
I wish we had phone lines open. You will have a lot of confirmation.
Yes, I'm sure.
People are selling rice. People are selling powder,
oil, anointing oil,
and all kinds of things.
All that is to be
That's
condemned.
transactional.
But let me ask you about this example. This pastor comes to Ghana at the big meeting. He says there's a 24-hour miracle. He doesn't ask you how much you should pay. He says, out of your heart, commit something to God and believe that within 24 hours, the Lord will answer your prayer.
Why can't God answer if you didn't give something?
So that's
freely
wrong.
You have received, freely give. That's the gospel.
But he says give something.
Everything that comes from God is freely given. Romans 8:32. He that spared not his son, but gave him up for us all, how shall he not with him also freely give us all things? Everything that comes from Jesus is freely given.
When did that start? Because God required Abraham to offer his son Isaac for sacrifice. And because Abraham demonstrated that he's able to do that,
but
God elevated him.
Abraham actually offer Isaac?
No, he didn't. But he was ready to do that.
So that
he demonstrated that he was ready to do that. It was a certain commitment that he showed to God.
That was a lesson in death, burial, and resurrection. That was a lesson in the fact that God will offer his son and raise him from the dead. That was not a lesson in giving.
Okay.
That was a lesson in the Bible is Christocentric.
But Isaac was never killed to be raised. But you are saying that it is
it's a typology.
It's a typology,
yes,
for the resurrection of Christ.
That's why in John 8:56 Jesus said, Abraham saw my days and was glad. Where did he see the days of Jesus? Mount Moriah, where in the place of Isaac an animal was killed. In my place Jesus died.
Okay.
It was a typology.
So the pastor who says, out of your heart give to God and believe that God would reward you for this giving. Not necessarily that he'll give you money. He may give you devourer for your sake, all of that. You think that is wrong?
To ask to give for God to give you something.
No, he didn't say ask for God to give. Out of your heart, whatever you want to give. And trust God that whatever you're believing him for.
Don't tie it. Trust God that God will do what you want.
Not because you gave.
Not because you gave.
Whether you gave or you didn't give.
Once you bring that giving into that equation, you've messed up the principle. God gives without, God does not need mobilization. He's not a contractor. He doesn't need to be massaged. He's a father.